I realize Kenny don't come from a terrible spot, right? And here's it. And when he discussed the medications, the psychological medications, I've had an episode of that year out in Hollywood. Many individuals come up missing feels like it very well, maybe a ton of that to control damage. I don't have the foggiest idea what sort of medications he was on. Perhaps he's utilizing the very sort of stuff that Kanye West was utilizing, lithium or anything that the world's now. So you're your companions with everyone you realize, gracious man. It's all look, we just got one life to reside for sure. And how we going to reside it, man? It's such a lot of madness they needed to sedate me consistently, you understand, like they could have simply changed to medicine. And I wouldn't be here. Yo-Yo the rustic plant is turning quicker than a DJ's turntable. After Jamie Foxx was raced to an Atlanta clinic, it's all the rage. And everybody has their own succulent hypotheses and tricks about what went down, yet stand by this. More Honey West has moved forward to the mic and spilled the tea on the hazier side of showbiz, implying that James' hospitalization could be a message from the serious weapons in Hollywood. Wow, how did Jamie raise a ruckus? It be connected with his wild celebrating ways, Tane's pointing fingers at any semblance of titty, recommending they could have something to do with it all. Hold up, seems like we really want to get behind the velvet ropes and uncover reality with regards to Hollywood's skeleton in the closets. Currently tuning up people. Word on the road is that Jamie Foxx had a bit of a health-related crisis while shooting his most recent Netflix flick back in real life. Close by, the stunning Cameron Diaz TMZ's been on top of it. And the web's humming with hypothesis. Stay tuned for additional updates. Goodness, Jamie Foxx experienced an intense health-related crisis that landed him in the clinic. Hi, it's not looking really great for Jamie Foxx. His disease was serious to the point that he should have been hurried to the trauma center quickly. His friends and family rushed to travel to Atlanta to be close by realizing that there's no time to waste. Relatives from out of the beyond Atlanta. There were some in Atlanta, yet relatives from outside flew in and raced to the emergency clinic to be close by anyway. The situation starts to get interesting. Jamie's girl, Corinne Fox, took to Instagram to request supplications for her dad, yet didn't let the cat out of the bag on what was truly happening him. That has got individuals considering what the arrangement is. Her post said, we needed to share that my dad, Jamie Foxx, encountered an unexpected problem yesterday. Fortunately, because of speedy activity and extraordinary consideration, he is as of now en route to recuperation. The family likewise mentioned security during this trying time, yet hang on, brief people. The news sources are working on this issue, uncovering a wide range of delicious subtleties. Media takeout source spilled the tea that Jamie's condition may not be basically as basic as we originally suspected. Obviously, he experienced a stroke, while various individuals who have been dependable in the past are currently detailing that Jamie might have experienced a stroke. Jamie Foxx has had an intense streak with regards to his well-being. When he was only 18, he had a comparative panic, and it's been a piece of his story since. He's never stayed quiet about it, and it's lastingly affected him, harming his certainty and leaving him feeling like he was residing in a horrible. When gotten some information about that troublesome time, Jamie said, how could it cause me to want to reside in your most dreaded fears? Tragically, that bad dream followed Jamie wherever he went. In any event, when he was beyond the clinic, it's no big surprise that his viewpoint moved, and he was generally tense. It's difficult to shake something to that effect, particularly when it significantly affected your life. You're anxious about the dim, scared of things you see on the TV. You feel that things are coming at you. I felt suspicious, and distrustfulness is absurdity. It's bad. James' serious habit and the subsequent medical issues were a steady wellspring of stress for him. Without his companion's convenient intercession, he might have dreaded for his life. Jamie thinks my companion remained at the medical clinic with me. Then he returned me to the quarters, and I feared the dim, and he would converse with me consistently and quiet me down and say stuff like, you're okay. The devils aren't genuine. He saved my life. Jamie Foxx has had to deal with a few dim times, and the fallout of a friend or family member's broad medication use was quite possibly of the most destroying experience he's at any point had, even years after the fact the repercussions actually spooky him. And he dreaded he could always be unable to recuperate from the mishap. He focused on that trying period in his life, saying it seemed like my apprehensions were all approaching valid, and I was going off the deep end. I set out to find out about PCP. After it happened, it avoids a unique finger impression, and you can't get it with regards to your framework. While Jamie's friends and family haven't affirmed anything, Kanye West has been making his own cases about the circumstance Tane has had to deal with his own hardships. And presently he's anxious to uncover the secret underside of the business. In 2022, he started a mission to uncover Hollywood, guaranteeing that many figures inside the business had evaporated without a follow. He even ventured to such an extreme as to propose that the makers behind everything were on a mission to damage and control individuals on Hollywood. Many individuals come up missing feels like it very well, maybe a ton of that to control damage they need to adapt and damage Small West has never been one to avoid expressing his real thoughts. And he's taking care of it. He's asserted that organizations like Hole and Adidas have betrayed him as a result of his frankness about industry mishandles. He even got down on Forbes, saying they've betrayed him, and made his fortune dive to $400 million soof. That is data damage to loathe me right needed to compose total assets 400 million Tana. Won't hesitate to name names possibly. He's charged Puff Daddy, who's no more peculiar to embarrassments himself of being engaged with the obscure business. Yetkin isn't stressed over standing up. As a matter of fact, he's guaranteed that he's unafraid to unadulterated anything that is at the forefront of his thoughts. Strong move. Can't send none of you all tame factories, you all pups. That little boozies, none of these names. And it seems as though Kanye has a few allies out there too. One fan even encouraged others to pay attention to Mr. West, cautiously saying he's giving out truth chunks. The overall population is by all accounts on Kanye's side, and beginning to consider what he needs to say. Kanye has likewise been taunting Puff for his coalition with the listers in Hollywood. As of late, a video released online of Kanye guaranteeing he doesn't have a clue about any celebrities. He even said that when his girl was stolen, no celebrities came to his guide. And I didn't have the location to my kid. None of these that need to say something. Travis gave me the location. Yet to the extent that submissive factories Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these. He dropped a few serious sensations on easygoing factories and Puff Daddy, blaming them for mischievous to dealings that permitted them to prevail to where they are flourishing now.